Today I want to talk about something that I haven't talked a lot about before on this channel, but it's quite a big part of my life, and I've had some requests to make some videos about the topic, so that's what I'm doing today. And that topic is Japan, because I live in Japan. I live in Osaka. I really like it here. So today I kind of want to talk to you about why I think Osaka is such a nice place to live. Because I think a lot of people, when they talk about Japan or going to Japan, they talk about Tokyo or like the Tokyo area, the Kanto area. And I just want to, throw some Osaka out there just because I think it's such a wonderful place and it is definitely underrated. And I want to talk about it. So these are my reasons for loving Osaka. I guess the first question that has to be answered is, why am I in Osaka? Clearly, I'm not Japanese. I was born in Belgium, in Europe, so I studied Japanology in university, and after my 4th year I got the opportunity to study in Japan for a year. So obviously I went. I didn't have the chance to pick exactly where I would end up in Japan, so just randomly I ended up in Osaka. I went to Kansai University for 1 year, and I have to say that was that was definitely the best year of my life. I lived in an international dormitory which had exchange students but also Japanese students. It was such a nice atmosphere. So yeah, if you ever have the chance to study in Kansai University, definitely do it. So I studied there for 1 year, but why did I stay? I stayed because I met someone. I fell in love. So cliche. So after that year I had to go back to Belgium, so me and my then boyfriend were doing the long distance relationship. And then after 1 year of living apart, we decided to get married and I moved to Japan. So now we live here together and we're planning to live here for a while. So that's the story of why I'm here. Now, on to the stuff I love about Osaka. Number 1, I love the people so much. A lot of my friends back home, and maybe a lot of people in general, have the idea that Japanese people are really reserved and timid and maybe a little cold and distant. And there is some truth in that, of course, but not in Osaka, I've noticed. So just like any other country, Japan has regions which all have sort of their stereotypes. For Osaka, those stereotypes are that people in Osaka are very loud and obnoxious and crazy. And then on the other hand, people in Osaka will say that people in Tokyo are very cold and unfriendly and too reserved. So you have those two opposites, and there's truth in both of them, but of course you can't take it too literally. What I personally find in people in Osaka is that they are very open and warm and friendly and so welcoming. I always have felt very welcome here, whereas the times I've spent in Tokyo, I do feel like people are a little more quiet. Not that that's a bad thing, it's just a difference. For me personally, I really like the atmosphere in Osaka better because people, I don't know, they talk to you, they just treat you like normal, they're chill. It's a very chill atmosphere here. I like it a lot. Because as a foreigner, you're never gonna fit in perfectly. It's just not possible. No matter what I do, no matter how good my Japanese will get, no matter how long I spend here, you're never gonna be completely part of the group, However, I feel like people here are so nice and they treat me so nicely here that, I don't know, I just feel very welcome. I think the worst experiences I've gotten in Osaka is probably like maybe someone doesn't want to sit next to me on the train. I think I've had this happen maybe 2 or 3 times for the 2 years I've lived here. I will sit down in the train next to someone and then the person will just like walk up and go sit somewhere else. Maybe they're scared, maybe they're intimidated, I'm not sure. But like, if that's all it is, that's really fine. A lot of the time people are actually nicer to you because you're a foreigner, which is also not very good, but I'm just saying, like, you don't have to worry about people, being mean to you because you're a foreigner. Usually people are just so friendly. Like, they'll come up to you and talk to you. I've had so many fun conversations with like random people in the train. So yeah, people are social here. I have nothing but good things to say about people in Osaka, really. Reason number 2 I really like Osaka is that it's a very convenient place if you want to go sightseeing. Osaka in itself has a lot of great places to visit, but also it's very close to Kyoto, it's very close to Kobe, which are also very fun places to go. Like you could easily make a day trip to Kyoto, which is so fun. I feel so privileged that I can do that. I think for me it takes like 40 minutes to get to Kyoto, so it's just a nice place geographically as well. Reason number 3 is that living in Osaka is a lot cheaper than living in a place like Tokyo. Of course, most places are cheaper than Tokyo. Tokyo is just crazy. Like the Tokyo rent is so scarily high, like I can't. And like food as well in Tokyo seems to be a lot more expensive. Just living in Tokyo is more expensive. For example, the apartment me and my husband are renting is like 60,000 yen a month, which is so cheap. Of course, we live in the countryside, which of course is going to be cheaper, but still. Reason number 4 doesn't completely resonate with me personally because I'm trying to live a vegan lifestyle here. But I do want to say that Osaka has great food. Osaka is famous for a lot of foods like takoyaki, okonomiyaki, so much good ramen and udon. Now, if you are vegetarian or vegan, I'm gonna be honest, Osaka is not a good place for you. I am trying very hard to be as vegan as I possibly can, but it is a struggle. I will admit that places like Tokyo and Kyoto are a lot more advanced when it comes to vegetarian or vegan food. Kyoto has a lot of vegan places, and in Tokyo I think it's getting kind of popular to be vegan because it's healthy. But Osaka is just, like, they just don't have a clue. They don't even know what vegan means. It's really sad. So if you're vegan, I probably would recommend living in Kyoto or in Tokyo. However, if you're not, you know, you can enjoy a lot of good food here. I feel like I'm letting down the vegan community by saying this. I will make a video though about being vegan in Osaka because it is so difficult, but I have found a couple of like tips and tricks, so I will make a video on that. Reason number 5, USJ, Universal Studios Japan. I am so happy that I live close by a Universal Studios. I feel so lucky. If you are subscribed to my channel, you might know that I am the biggest Harry Potter fan, and you also might know that Universal Studios has a Wizarding World of Harry Potter. So basically, living here, I can go visit Hogwarts whenever I want. I guess this only goes for Harry Potter fans, but like, who's not a Harry Potter fan? Come on. The train system here is great, so it's super easy to get there. And if you have a year pass, you can just go as many times as you want. It's so good. So yeah, if you like theme parks, you gotta live here and get a year pass. Reason number 6 I like living in Osaka is that it's not as crowded as a place like Tokyo. I mean, you should take this with a grain of salt. It's still Japan, so there's still a lot of people, but the difference is quite noticeable, I think. Tokyo feels very crowded and like stressfully crowded to me, while here it's not as bad. Osaka is not too big, so if you live in the countryside like I do, it's very quick and easy to get to the city center. And if you live in the countryside like I do, it's so quiet and chill. I basically live in between all the farmers. Like there's rice paddies everywhere. It's so nice. So yeah, it's easy to live like a nice and quiet life in Osaka because you can just so easily get to the center. And that brings me to reason number 7, the beautiful countryside. I know maybe not everyone would enjoy living in the countryside, but if you like peace and quiet like I do, this is the place for you. The nature here is so beautiful. There's mountains everywhere. So like on a good day I can go take my bike, go to the mountain and like hike for a day, which is just so nice. And like I said before, it's not like you'll feel disconnected from the city because from my house I think it takes me like 30 minutes to get to the really busy city center. So like it's fine. So yeah, those are some reasons why I like living in Osaka. I hope you found this interesting, and I hope I've sparked some interest in you to visit this wonderful place. If there's any other Japan topics you want me to talk about, feel free to leave them in the comments. Or if you have a question, feel free to ask. Okay, I accidentally knocked over the camera, but I think we're good. Doesn't matter, I was gonna end the video anyways. But yeah, I think that's all I wanted to say. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next video. Yeah, goodbye.